Starting a business is a whole lot of work. Anybody who tells you otherwise either have not started one before or they're just straight out lying. Because I think this is the biggest challenge that most individuals who decide to take this risk face. That being stated, it is possible to be an entrepreneur and to be a successful entrepreneur. Although every now and then you will be assaulted and decimated, sometimes destroyed with the various problems that will be presenting themselves. Just so you know, as long as you can live another day, you have a chance in making your business successful. So, do you know if you have the traits to be a successful business owner? Let's see. The first trait is hardworking. I have not met a single entrepreneur that is not hardworking. Whether they're working with a side hustle or their business is their main hustle, you have to be very hardworking in the terms of sacrifices. There'll be a lot of sacrifices, especially in terms of time. You will need to create time to do the different mundane tasks that come with entrepreneurship. Whether you're organizing your files regarding accounting, balancing your numbers, doing marketing, organizing a strategy, sending out emails, going ahead and interacting with customers, networking, putting yourself out there, social media, all that takes a different level of grit and also a different level of hard work for you to be able to go to the next level and to call yourself an entrepreneur. Any entrepreneur needs to be competitive. So for you to succeed in this world where capitalism is the king, it's it and all of it is capitalism. So when people are starting a business, the main form of validation is usually money. Money usually comes from payments from clients or income. So in order for you to get to a point where you're being validated, you have to stay on top of your game and compete. You are competing out there because every day there will be other people who are coming up with similar ideas, and there are other people who will also adopt your exact same idea, and yet they are trying to compete with you to get your same customer. So for you, you have to stay competitive. That is another trait for a successful business entrepreneur. They are confident, or at least they emulate confidence. Confidence is a muscle that you need to keep working. So in business, most of the time you take a lot of risks and there's a lot of rejection that comes in business. Like there'll be a lot of no's, whether it's through asking for funding or talking to your clients and some clients saying, oh no, like when you're trying to build your target market and understanding who your target market is, there will be a lot of no's coming your way, and that brings about rejection. And rejection can only be combated by you building your confidence muscle. As I usually like to say, you can never be good at something that you do not practice. For you to be confident, you have to practice failure. You have to practice being good at failing. You have to practice being good at embracing the fear of rejection. Exercise that muscle for competitiveness and be out there. Take the risk. Talk to the next client. You just don't know where your yes is lying. And that is the thing that keeps the entrepreneur moving. They are a problem solver. So problems keep existing in our world. The biggest job of an entrepreneur is to put out fires. That comes with the territory. You say putting out fires and you say learning and solving new problems presented differently. It could be the same problem presented differently. But this is the thing. You are always there. For you to keep staying good at your game, you need to go ahead and be an excellent problem solver. You are very determined. So determination is where you just, you keep going. A business is not a sprint. It's a marathon. And sometimes you will see some really dark days before you start enjoying the shmoney. It comes with the whole thing. You cannot say, oh, I'm just picking this part of business. No. For you to be an excellent business owner, you have to be very determined. Determined to make the profit goals that you have. Determined to make the sales goals that you have. Determined to get to the growth rates that you're anticipating. You have to stay determined and keep pushing and pursuing and being relentless. Whether you have a team or not, a leader is anybody who can influence. Like like a group of people. You need to be an excellent leader, especially if you have a team. You as an entrepreneur, you are problem solving. You are creating a better situation for your team. You are trying to kick all the obstacles away. You are always trying to pivot, always coming up with a situation that is workable for your team. You need to stay optimistic. Being optimistic is, seeing the glass as half full and not half empty. An entrepreneur will say that their plan is going to work and believe it, even if they have not been able to see the whole picture. Any entrepreneur out here has to be able to conceptualize their idea and believe in it to the point where they do actually see as if they are living in that situation right now. You are a risk taker. Risks are taken every day. Entrepreneurship itself is risky because you know what? You can start a business and it might not work out. What do you do then? So when you're starting a business as an entrepreneur, you're aware that there's a chance that it might not work out. And that being said, you still go ahead and start this business. This is some very Rambo-like thing to do because it takes a different level of courage to go ahead and take this risk and then believe in it and pursue it relentlessly every single day of your life. This is a trait that is very admirable. You have to be persuasive in matters of because for you to be considered to be in business, somebody has to be wanting to give you money. So has anybody wanted to give you money? Are you a problem solver with a solution that people are willing to pay for, whether it's a product or a service? So can you persuade people to do that? This is an aspect that goes hand in hand with leadership because most leaders are able to persuade their team members or the people they're leading into following and pursuing whatever they believe in. The last trait is passionate. When I say passion, I mean they're able to say and do the same thing. They're passionate about entrepreneurship. So most business owners might start a business that is making money first and is not what is their passion, but they like the aspect of being an entrepreneur, leading people, persuading people. That is what they like. So they have to stay passionate to that for them to be able to be a great entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is very, very challenging, and for you to stay there, you have to be passionate about being an entrepreneur. All in all these traits are the most important traits to be an excellent entrepreneur. All entrepreneurs generally have to have these traits in order to be able to be successful. These traits can also be learned. Some entrepreneurs start with weaker muscles in form of maybe confidence or optimism, but after a while and a way of experience, they're able to exercise that muscle. Are you an excellent entrepreneur? Until next time, see ya.